I'm understanding this was, it was like 4292 before. Is that what you're saying?
Roughly, yes.
$42.92 to $7, right?
Roughly.
Of course, now, this job is going to be posted soon.
Tomorrow, hopefully.
Tomorrow. And of course, ultimately, I guess the final salary will be dependent upon that person and their certification and
Correct.
qualifications and all right.
Yes, Ms. Lucas did a kind of a spreadsheet on it, not really a spreadsheet, but a little bit of a windows of what the salary might be for a
Right.
given. And I think she told me that the master's plus 45 or 30 years experience is 87,000, and it goes backwards.
So that's the highest.
That's the highest it can be, and it goes down to, I think, master's 30 with 25 years experience, something like that, is 80,000 or 79,000.
21 years.
21 years.
So what was that amount? 79?
79, 741.
And again, the purpose is I'm trying to attract people, and you don't know what range they're coming in. And I do think it's not excessive in my opinion.
So the range of the new principal will be somewhere between 79 and 87.
And we're guessing. Depends on the applicant.
Well, I'm saying
It could be less than that, you know, if you don't, depends on what you have, but I'm trying to attract.
Right. Well, I'm saying that apparently the least that Trish
That we
computed was
figured.
79.
Right.
Yes.
And then, so I'm saying it's going to be 79 to 87, I guess, right?
Yes, that was
And I just qualified and said it could be less. Because it could come in with 21 years, not that much, could be 15 years or 10 years.
It could be right out of college, you know, having experience that could-
That's right.
I don't, we'll have to talk about that then.
It's such a strange amount, 11,292. Why not 11,300?
I told her, if you all recall, and this is before I knew anything about what this would come out to be, I emailed you all, talked about between 87 and 90,000. And I went to Trish and I said, make the top end 87,000. It just so happens, by, you know, luck, it came out to that. But that's, I consulted, I think you all a couple of weeks ago, and I just turned to her to find out a couple of days ago.
Yes, I just went to Bertie and I said, I want you to plug in these scenarios and tell me what the salary would be, getting as close, and so that's what she did. And we started at master's plus 30 at 21 years, and then we went master's plus 30, 25, and 30, you know, and just went on up to the master's 45 with 30 years.
Not
which
by
was-
design, just other than the end salary, top end being
I
87.
know.
But I
That
think-
wasn't it.
yeah. And I just want to throw my 2 cents in, I'm sorry guys. But I think we need to mention the fact that, you know, we have one high school in our county. When you look at Kanawha County, if you look at Putnam, if you look at Cabell, if you look at Boone, and look at salary ranges for a school this large, you're going to see ranges in the area of 80 to 90,000 for a secondary principal. I think that's commonplace, but I just want to make sure everyone is aware of that. And just like what you were saying, attracting someone who is good, someone who is competent, to fill the shoes of Dan. I think that's something that needs to be addressed.
Concur, Mr. President.
But I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of that. Go ahead. Anybody else?
No, I concur with you. I think, you know, I don't know, you know, obviously it's one of the top positions in the county and great importance of it. Have you ever actually, what KK was referring to, have we ever, you know, like what is a principal, do we know any examples of a certain school that has a comparable?
I have some averages. I think Cabell, and we're talking about secondary, if I'm remembering, or Putnam. One of two is 90, the other was 85 average.
That's what I mean, so they're comparable to this.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And again, we don't know the experience of those averages. You know what I mean by that? Like, is that 2 people ready to retire in those counties, or are these 15 or 20 years experience in those counties where the average comes from? And it's my belief, starting at the top end that way, and coming back, that we are very, again, it's not excessive, it's very comparable.
You're gonna be competitive, it is.
Yeah, and at this stage, and I concur with Mr. Matthews, this is our only high school, and it is, no matter what anyone says, when you look at Lincoln County's education, you look at Lincoln County High School. People address that first, and then they go out into separate communities and look.
This is our premier school.
Yeah, for
This is the
athletics
premier
and
school.
everything, they just look at that, and that's just the way I think things are.
Well, aside from, kind of having been in somewhat their shoes, this person, never who it is, they're gonna put in a lot of time, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And when you looked at the hourly rate,
That's what I was gonna say.
and that's
hourly.
based on 8 hours a day, and then you look at the amount of hours with all the sports and all the things, it's really not that much. It seems like a lot, but it's not.
They're not gonna be working an 8-hour day, I don't think.
Plus they have over 70 staff there that they're responsible for, and part of that supplement is,
Exactly.
calculated.
And while we're on the schedule, I would like, the board to maybe look at increasing the salaries for some of our assistants that are basically in our school systems. And basically, if we could kind of formulate a schedule so that we can increase the salary. And hopefully, I would like to see happen is an increase for the educators. That's what I would like to see. And I know this is something that we need to take care of now, while it's here, while it's fresh. But in the future, we want to attract educators.
My
Go ahead.
My suggestion would be that we need to get everyone a raise through the state. And then piggyback on some of the issues to help make it, attract members. But I would hesitate without everyone getting a raise. And I believe with the election coming up, it changes that there's going to be a great incentive for the political world to give some raises this time around.
Well, as we've talked before, I don't know how many rows of formula now, but my computations probably have us nearing 40. And I'm just, when I look at, we were 32 over, and I know we've added a couple, and I saw where we've added some overage positions. I'm guessing at that
That's
number.
300.
But my point is that come this spring, once again, I hope that we still have the federal monies and all that, and we're not looking at
Well, I want to assure,
funding with what we
I
have.
want to assure the board, I'm very conservative, and I always like to have money for a rainy day, so I never go to the ends, I always come back. And that's it, quick. And I will address that overage, at the time, and make sure the board, I don't plan on keeping going up.
Well, what I'm saying is I agree wholeheartedly with what KK says. I'd like to see everybody get a raise, but, and I think that's kind of what you were inferring. We hope that a lot of that comes to the state, because how much can the county afford?
Right.
When we're already excessively.
We'll know more later this spring, the budgets are all being formed.
Right.